So, ladies and gentlemen, welcome to Roma Theory. Europa League draw done. La Roma si il Feyenoord. La Roma si il Feyenoord. It's a repeat. It's a repeat of a big game. It's all over again. We've got Feyenoord all over again. And we all know what happened the last time we faced Feyenoord. It was probably one of the most important games in the last 20 years of the history of the club. Maybe not 20, in the last 10 years for sure. Feyenoord is part of Roma's history now. And now we face them in the quarterfinals of the Europa League. Personally, excuse me, again, I've got a cough. Personally, I think it could have gone worse because Man United and Juventus were in it. But at the same time, I would have wanted to avoid Feyenoord. I think that after Man United, Juventus was the worst just because Italian combos in European tournaments are not great. But after United and Juventus, I definitely think Feyenoord was the worst. Like, for example, I would have rather gotten Seville than Feyenoord. Call me crazy, but that's what I think. I think the way Seville play, even though Seville is the big man of this tournament, the Real Madrid of this tournament, I personally think Seville play in such a way that favor our style of play. Feyenoord play in such a way that we don't like. Because Feyenoord is a team which scores many goals. Meaning if we concede a goal, we're a team which doesn't like comebacks. So that's kind of why I don't like them. But other than that, we beat them last year. Why can't we beat them this year? I actually think our quarterfinal draw is way easier than our potential semi-final draw. That's why, in a way, because you never know with this team, in a way, we've got the ball in our hands to reach the final. And let me tell you one thing immediately, right now, we've got basically a month before the first leg of the Feyenoord game. Let me tell you one thing. If we get to that Europa League final, the city is going to explode. If we win that Europa League final, you have no idea what happens. If we reach that Europa League final, it's going to be mental scenes. Like, it's going to be mental scenes. That the amount of money I'd pay to reach that Europa League final is something insane. But look, I think there is no point in us speaking about finals, semi-finals, because we've got Feyenoord. And as Mourinho keeps on repeating in press conferences and post-match interviews, it's the step which counts. Why are we thinking about final, semi-final when we've got Feyenoord? So I think that's the mentality. Because as much as people can say that, sorry lads, really, I'm jet lagged, tired, got a cough. It was cold in New York, so bear with me a second. But what I'm trying to say is, as much as we could be, according to some people, the favourites in the right-hand side of the table, you never know with this team. Because so were we in the Coppa Italia, and then look at what happened. So I think there's a big chance of us reaching the final. I'm not hiding that. I'm not hiding that there is a high chance now that we threw out Salzburg and Real Sociedad for Roma to reach the final. And I would pay to relive finals all over again. If it means losing the final against Man United, I'm all up to it. Because let me tell you one thing. If we reach the final and we were to lose it, I'd be prouder than when we beat Barcelona 3-0. If we were to reach the final and lose, that's what makes you a proud fan. If we were to get to the final and win, then I would be speechless. But if we were to get to the final and lose, all this team deserves is that. So however our tournament goes right now, I think it's proud. You have to be proud of what this team is doing. Because Europa League this season is tough. You had big clubs in Europa League. You've had Man United. You had Barcelona. You have Juventus. You've got Sporting Lisbon. Up to yesterday, you had Arsenal. This is a tournament which is tough. So, another good thing, today is a very big day. Because after the Real Sociedad game yesterday, Roma have reached the highest UEFA ranking in the history of the club, following the Conference League success and following yet another year of successful European campaigns. We have reached today the highest UEFA ranking in the history of the club. We are 10th in the UEFA ranking. We're the second best Italian team, 9th is Juventus, and other than that, you've got the big clubs up there. This is something to be proud about. Excuse me again. Right, thoughts on the draw. I think we kind of have. I'm not sure if we have the hardest one, but we definitely don't have the easiest one. I think, you see, because the thing with Feyenoord is they will want revenge. That's the thing with Feyenoord. They will want revenge because they've already lost a game against us. So I can't really see. I can see it, but what scares me is their act of revenge, because they will want to seek revenge. The manager is the same manager which lost last season. A manager doesn't like losing 2 games against the same team, one of them being a final. So I personally think they will want revenge, and it's going to be very tough for us. Good thing, first leg is in the Netherlands, so we've got a similar scenario to Salzburg a few weeks ago. First leg is away, which is good, because it means that the second leg, if a comeback is needed, you've got the Olympico which supports you. So that's good. That's something very good to take in consideration. And a few words about Feyenoord. This is not a match on Sunday. But other than that, I think Feyenoord, on paper, are weaker than us. In a sense that they've got weaker players than us. I also would say that Feyenoord are weaker than last season when we faced them, because last season they had players which they don't have this season. Last season they had Senesi in defence, they had Sinistera, who's now a Leeds player, they had Dessers, they had what's his name? Theo, who was really, really good. They had better players last season and we beat them. However, this season, I think they play better. They are first in the Eredivisie. And, that's significant because Ajax are dominant in that league. So the fact that Feyenoord are first is significant. They play better this season. I think they had better players and squad depth last season. I think it's a 50-50. I think we may be the favourites because of Mourinho and the way he prepares these games, but because of Dybala and the way he changes these games. We've got a month to go. A month is a lot of time. A lot of things can happen in a month. Don't get me wrong. I am speaking right now. I'm giving comments on the game 1 month before the first leg. 1 month is a lot of time. 1 month can basically decide our Champions League season next season. So what I'm trying to say is, as things stand, I am confident for this game. But, I'll be honest with you. If we lose the derby tomorrow, I have a little feeling, on Sunday, I have a little feeling we'll be pushed back into that black hole. Because losing 2 derbies in one season is not something good. So 1 month before the game, I am confident. But in the space of a month, a lot of things can change. For the best, for the worse. So I think we have to focus on this game, not now. Because I think they will want revenge. I think the act of revenge is the thing which scares me the most about Feyenoord. Right. Let's be interactive. Let's ask a few questions in the chat. First question, yes or no answer. Are we reaching the final the 31st of May in Budapest, Hungary? Yes or no in the chat. Second thing which I want to know is who you think got the hardest draw. Juventus or Roma? So yeah, I'm going to share a few more words on Feyenoord and on my general thoughts on Europa League. Then I'm going to spare a few words on the Champions League draw. And then I'm going to end it. Right. Look, the draw is United against Seville, which is tough, but I think United will go through. Juventus against Sporting is the most equal one, I think. I think it's a very tough one. Sporting just threw out Arsenal. So I think it's tough. It's tough to predict. But all I want to not see is a Roma-Juventus final. I am not ready for it. I'd rather face United in the final. I think if United face Juventus, I think they beat them. But we have to focus on our side. It's United and Seville, and Juventus and Sporting Lisbon on one side, and it's Roma and Feyenoord against the winner of Bayer Leverkusen and Union Saint-Gilloise. I think Bayer Leverkusen and Union Saint-Gilloise is the boring game out of the four. But yeah, look, bring it on. Not Champions League nights, European nights. This is what it means. I'm getting my tickets as soon as the stream ends because they're already live, they're already out. So I cannot miss it. The 20th of March at the Olympico, the 13th of March in the De Kuip Arena in Rotterdam. I'm getting my tickets, but again, as I said before focusing on this game, we've got the derby on Sunday. I do not want to lose that game. I do not want to lose that game. I really don't want to lose that game. I don't want to lose that game because we already lost one, and second of all, I'm stuck at the stadium for an extra 1 hour and a half. And if we lose that game, that hour and a half is going to be the most mentally deprived, depressing an hour and a half in my entire life. Because due to the fact that it's an away end and that me and Josh managed to get tickets, we're basically forced to be inside the stadium for 2 hours after the game ends because of security reasons. So yeah, look, draw's a draw. We got Feyenoord. Bring it on as any game. And yeah, right. The thing which we have to be careful about Feyenoord is not football related, but it's fan related. Now, Feyenoord ultras are probably one of the most fierce ultras in Europe. If the Italian government is intelligent, they will prohibit Feyenoord fans coming to Rome. Because we all know what happened a few years ago when we faced them. They completely and utterly destroyed this city. So if we're smart enough, Feyenoord fans will be prohibited to come to Rome. Now the second we prohibit Feyenoord ultras coming to Rome, Feyenoord fans are still going to come to Rome. Look at what happened with Eintracht fans and Napoli. They were disallowed to come, they were not allowed to come, and they stormed the city of Naples. So personally, it's going to be a dangerous one. It's going to be one of those games where you do not want to hang around in the city centre a few hours before that game. Because Feyenoord fans are brutal fans. In fact, let me show you. Sorry about this cough, it's so annoying. Let me show you a picture of what they did in 2015, if I'm not wrong, when they came to Rome. They're not friendly fans. Yeah, look at this. They destroyed a very famous fountain, which you probably saw this picture already. But yeah, it's not gonna be a friendly one. So my advice, if anyone is getting tickets, including me, don't hang out in the city center of Rome the few hours before the second leg. And if you are planning to go to Rotterdam, be careful because that's what happened a few years ago. They completely and utterly destroyed this fountain in the city center. So yeah, it's not gonna be a friendly one. It's gonna be a brutal one, but I don't know. I think a lot of responsibilities have to be taken when it comes to the decision we're gonna make in allowing them in the city or not. But other than that, what can we say? Could have gone worse, could have gone better. All I want you to do right now is smash the like button if La Roma si el Feyenoord. Oh. If you agree with this statement, smash the like button. If you don't smash the like button, you're a Feyenoord fan. If you don't smash the like button, you're a Lazio fan. And on Sunday, you're supporting Lazio in the derby. So smash that like button and subscribe to the channel if you haven't already. Right, a few words on the Champions League draw. I hate that Napoli are facing Milan. I've said it yesterday in the live watch along. I hate when the same nation teams face each other in European tournaments. I hate it, but I am glad that many Italian teams are there in basically every European tournament. We've got Napoli, Milan, and Inter in the Champions League, Roma and Juventus in Europa League, Fiorentina and Lazio. Ooh, no, not Lazio, sorry. And Fiorentina in the Conference League. So, so look, Italy is back. We're back going. We're back going. Italian clubs are back. Italian prestige is back. But I think Napoli and Milan is a dodgy game for Napoli, because everyone goes, no, Napoli. They got the easiest draw out of all. Napoli. Look at Milan sneaking a win against Napoli and going through. I don't think it will happen, but it's one of those dodgy games. So I think Real Madrid's going to go through. I think the experience, I personally think Real Madrid will win it. I've said this yesterday. City Bayern Munich is the best one. It's one of those games which you just sit on your sofa, grab a bucket of popcorn, and just sit down and relax. And however it will end, it will end. It's going to be a high-scoring game. It's going to be fun. It's going to be Haaland against... it's not Lewandowski anymore. It's Haaland against... who the hell is their striker? It's Haaland against Musiala. Let's call it that way. It's going to be so fun to watch. Cannot wait for that. In Inter Benfica, I'm calling it. Benfica are gonna throw Inter out. Benfica are better than Inter as a team. I think Inter are the weakest. Maybe Milan, but Milan or Inter are the weakest out of the Champions League teams, and I think Napoli can do it. I think Napoli, and again, if Napoli and whoever wins between Napoli and Milan faces the winner of Inter and Benfica, so there's basically a 75% chance that we see an Italian team get in a Champions League final, which, to be fair, I'm very proud of. And there's also not a 50% chance, but there's a high chance, not a high chance, there's a big chance of an Italian team getting in a Europa League final too, and in a Conference League final too. So yeah, look, very, very proud of Italian teams this season, very happy for it. What does La Roma see? It's kind of the song that the fans have invented after that Conference League win. If you know the song, and we're never going home, la 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 la, we kind of renamed it La Roma si el Feyenoord. Yeah, it's kind of a word game. Right, let's read some comments. I wanted Seville just so we could have stuck it to Monchi. Book the flights is amazing, Vincent. If we get to the final, trust me, I'm going to Budapest. Even if I'm not there at the stadium, I'm just gonna travel there, because it's these experiences. I don't think people realize what happens inside this city. If Mourinho by any miracle would bring 2 consecutive European trophies to this team, I don't think we're ready for it. I think Roma winning Europa League will have a bigger reaction than Napoli winning the league. It's don't think about it, but if you want to think about it, you're not ready for it. I'm not sure if we're ready to see it, but it's not gonna happen. So let's keep our feet on the ground. We got a good draw for quarter and semis. I watched the game tonight. Sporting and Seville are also tough ones. I watched the Feyenoord v Shakhtar game. Shakhtar's defense was atrocious. Not scared of them. Interesting. They did score 7 past Shakhtar, but we definitely have a better defense than Shakhtar. I'm proud of them either way, because I never thought we'd get past Salzburg or Sociedad. Yeah. Let's be honest, this late in the tournament, everyone would have been a tough team to face. Get well soon, bro. Thank you, man. I'm not sick. I just have a cough. It was pretty cold in New York. I have to be honest with you. I agree with Jose. It's ridiculous that CL teams get to drop down to Europa. I agree with him too, but I also think if it wasn't for Champions League teams dropping down, Europa League would have way less prestige. And I think one of the reasons why it's very entertaining this season is because of the teams which have dropped down. Barcelona, Juventus, Sporting Lisbon. I agree, but at the same time, I'm kind of happy it happens this way. Because if we win Europa League, then we're a step closer to say, oh, we've won a big trophy. The assist was better than Nico's goal in that final. Feyenoord will wreak havoc and destroy your fountains, but Mourinho is like unbeaten against Dutch teams. Yeah, it's not going to be a friendly one. It really isn't. But yeah, it feels crazy. I'm just the second the guy pulled out Feyenoord, I was like instant deja vu. The last time we faced Feyenoord was the best day of my life. So look, hopefully it happens again. This time it's not just an all-in game. It's just two legs, one at home, one away. First one away, the 13th of April. Second one at home, the 20th of April. And yeah, look, I am ready for the derby. It's gonna be these next few months are gonna be fun. These next few months are gonna be epic. They're going to be epic when it comes to us living these moments in the community. It's going to be epic for the stadium vlog, starting from this Sunday away end, me and Josh at the derby, just to prepare you for it. I'm gonna make you listen to this voice message which Josh sent me 2 hours ago in preparation for Sunday's game. By the way, he speaks like half Italian, half English. He's English, but yeah, he's got this Italian-English accent. So yeah.
E pure quello, cioè dove dobbiamo andare, cioè perché non è che possiamo, we can't find ourselves amongst laziali, bro. Cioè questo non capisco.
We can't find ourselves among laziali. That's the direct quote of Josh Hazlitt. It's going to be a dangerous one. When I keep repeating the word dangerous, I'm really not trying to pull out a scene. It's the truth. The derby and the Feyenoord game are going to be dangerous games. But you only live once. Do what excites. So I'll catch you tomorrow for double content, historical knowledge, background information on the Derby della Capitale, and the match preview tomorrow, and on Sunday, away end stadium vlog. I can't wait. So yeah, I will catch you soon. If you haven't already, smash the like button, subscribe to the channel before leaving the stream. I want everyone here to click that thumbs up button, click the red button, which means subscribe, and turn that bell notification button on, so you'll be notified every time I post a video or go live. And I'll catch you very, very soon. So yeah, smash everything down below. Talk to you soon, and let me know in the comments your impressions of the derby and the draw. How are you feeling for both games? Catch you soon. Simon, out.